overstate it, but the survival of humanity sort of depends on us.
Peter Dinklage, you were garbage. I'm sorry, that was not good. You're not garbage. You're a great actor, but that's not you. All right, so Destiny. Destiny is the game that we all look forward to like save us. It was a first-person shooter with MMO, just smash bang fusion together, and oh man, I was excited. When I first heard about it and they first announced it, they were talking about all these explorable worlds, weapon drops that were extremely like randomized, and you would actually get a physical gun from a boss encounter. Then I got the bitch. And after the first 4 days and after the initial grinding and hating yourself at work the next morning for staying up for too long, I was just bored. I was honestly freaking bored. There was nothing to do. They said Saturn. I wanted to go to the rings of Saturn. I didn't see Saturn. I saw engrams, little green gems that were supposed to give you weapons. I ain't never get a good weapon. I saw my friends always getting good weapons, and that might be the jealousy of a gamer. Fuck that. I want guns, and I want them guns now. What happened to all the pure content? Boss fights. If you know how aggro works in any MMO, like you pick a target and then it goes at you and it hits you and some dude has to like fulfill their role. It doesn't really seem too much of that. It seems like any of the classes are just all even in different ways, and like I thought it was going to be you can't go into a raid without a certain setup, which is just not the case, as we've seen people soloing the shit out of every raid, because at the end of the day, they're just big sponges walking around. They do a few things, you know, not to let them near you. You run around, stay mobile, kill ads. And it seems like the only way to make it harder, instead of making a boss more complex, is to throw more ads at it. When the Dark Below came out, it seemed like a zombie apocalypse with all the thrall coming at you. And I was happy, but that can't be the end-all be-all of a boss battle. And half the time when you die during these complex boss battles, it wasn't because you failed. It was just... I know I'm going to be that guy to be like, glitch, but it's fucking true, and Destiny goddamn knows it. Public events. Holy God. I thought there was going to be raining from the sky and fights and battling everywhere, especially if they have limited people on like a given server. It would be more exciting to go to Minneapolis and film people waiting at a bus stop, because that's what you were doing. You were waiting in a specific spot, like I think it's time for this shit to show up, but we don't know for sure. The fans had to pretty much make a site. Why the hell are your fans doing what you should be doing? Stop sending me tweets. The gun drops, I mean, if you were at a certain event at a certain time, you would get a unique piece of equipment, and that would be like your badge of honor to say that you were there and you fought whatever boss there was. That's what we were all led to believe, and then it became this super accessible, even though you got a drop, just wait a couple of weeks. Crazy, shifty crackhead man will give you one. What's the point of grinding to get a drop that everyone's gonna get? I mean, and even if everyone has an opportunity to get it, there should be a rarity. Like if someone pulls out a pistol, wow, you did that. You beat such and such. That's cool, man. I couldn't dodge that crazy tendril he threw at me. Good job. But there's none of that. It's you use this. When the Surios regime came out, everyone used that. The auto rifle that dropped from Atheon. Why would you name a gun Bad Juju and have it just suck ass? Like, that doesn't even make sense. It's bad juju. During Alpha and the Beta, they had Peter Dinklage's voice. You know, I thought he was gonna own it. And then they had like the terrible voice, like they just put him in a locker room somewhere and gave him a script, just said read some shit. The wizard will from the moon. That's not even in the game anymore. They cut that too. Cut weapon drops, cut bosses, cut content, and you cut the damn phrase that sold like 1 million goddamn t-shirts. Why? I don't know. Peter Dinklage, please help me out. That shit doesn't make sense to me. And the fact that all of it seemed rushed too. I don't know if all the rumors about the story and why there's lack of story. Let's talk about why there's lack of story. What the fuck happened in that game? If anybody can tell me without using the Bungie.net community lore cards, grimoire cards, tell me exactly what the story is without bringing that up, I would give you a cookie, because that shit makes no sense. And every time you ask a question, well, it's on Bungie.net. Fuck cares? I want the story in the game. I didn't pay, in my example, $100 to go learn myself on the story in a different medium. No, I bought this game. Tell me a goddamn story, or don't even try. It's like they just wanted Peter Dinklage to talk. Oh, the conflux. What the fuck is a conflux? Michael O'Connell, the award-winning music dude from Halo. He makes another award-winning score for Destiny, and they fire the dude. And then the dude actually sues him for $95,000 to get damages back for not getting vacation, which leads me to believe, if you're just putting 1 and 2 together, they were rushing the game and he didn't get any of his vacation time. Why else would a judge say, hey, you can have $95,000? I mean, that'd be a great day for me, but... And just this is where the love-hate comes in, because they were so accommodating to the community. Like, yeah, I have all these gripes and I could go on for days, literally days, about gripes about my experiences with Destiny. But then, every time you complain about something, Bungie's on it. Bam, we're updating that next week. Oh, well, fuck that. This is kind of jacked up. Hot fix. Done. They're like, damn it. They're making it impossible for you to hate them. And that's why I hate them even more. Even with the Engram dude, who was just kind of taking your blues, your purples, and throwing them back, he even got fixed. I mean, usually you would think a game would stand by its guns and be like, nah, it's just a game. But they're like, nah, we'll fix it for you. What happened to the years of support that it was going to get? They're saying they were going to support the franchise for 10 years. But what they ran with, or I should say the internet world ran with, on Bungie forums, so you could have corrected this at any time, was that, hey, you're going to support this game for 10 years? Yeah. Hell yeah, I'll buy that shit if I'm just buying DLC and not software after this. But then they announced Destiny 2 for 2015, 2016. What am I supposed to do with that? Spend all of this money. Give me some goddamn content. Give me some goddamn structure. I'm glad you fixed Peter Dinklage's voice. A little robo auto-tune T-Pain kind of level him out. But even still, Destiny, I don't get it. I don't think I'll be buying Destiny 2. I think a lot of people feel the same way. I think it's actually become a war between gamers, for people who have invested time in Destiny and will defend it solely on the reason that they invested time, and the people who just hate it like, this isn't what I was promised. I guess I'm somewhere in the middle. I invested money in this, so I want it to succeed, but at the same time, the more shit that's coming out of Bungie's camp, I'm like, Destiny, you got my money. I can't lie, if DLC drops for the original game, probably gonna buy that shit too. I mean, how can I not? I'll probably protest you for 2 days, and then everyone will be like, this shit is crazy, and I'll buy it. So, good job. You've created that atmosphere. But I mean, other than that,